Hello students, again I'm here to teach you computer science for class 11th and 12th, and today's topic is types of user-defined function in Python. We have four different kinds of the user-defined function. First is no arguments and no return type. In this kind of the function, we don't pass any kind of the value inside the function, and inside the function we don't return any kind of the value to the outside the function. So this is the no argument and no return type. Just look at with the practical. As I told you, we have different ways to declare and call a function. This is the first type, in which we are not giving any argument. Also we are not getting any return type. Okay, so this is the first type of the function where no argument and no return type. That means we all things are doing inside the function. Just look at here in the line number 2, we have taken a value and stored in a variable, and just print here the square of a number. I printed, I have given the instruction print result A star A. A star A, that means it is show here. It is showing the just like for the multiplication, A multiply A, the value of A multiply with the value of A. Fine. And in the fifth line we are going the outside the function, and just it's a message, and in the sixth line I'm just calling the function. So this is the first type of the function. So I'm just going to run it. Okay, just see, it's asking about enter any number. I have entered 5 suppose, and enter. So it's showing 25, it's a result. Okay, so this is the first kind of the function. So second is argument with no return type. In this kind of the function, we pass the argument when we call a function, but we don't return any kind of the value. We print the result also inside the function. In this kind of the function, we pass the value when we call the function, and we do all the things inside the function. We don't give anything from the function to the outside the function. So just look the practical of this one. Now look at in this kind of the function. This is the second kind of the function, in which I'm taking one argument in B and just finding the perimeter of a square. That formula is B into 4 into side. So as I have given at the line number 2, and print the result in the third one. Okay, so basically in this kind of the function we are just taking the value as an argument and just showing the result here. That means we are getting the value from the outer of the function and just printing the result inside the function. So this is called no return type with argument. That means we are getting the argument but we are not returning any value. So this is called no return type with argument, or we can say argument with no return type. Argument with no return type. Just going to see the result. It's asking about a number. Enter any number. Suppose I have entered the 5. Enter. So it's showing the result 20. So this is the second kind of the function. Okay. This is the third type of the function, no argument with return type. That means when we call the function, we don't pass any value, but we get the value from the function. Okay, so in this kind of the function, we don't pass the value when we call the function, but the function return a value to the outside the function. Okay, just look, it's practical. This is the third type of the function, in which we are not getting any value from the outside, but we are returning a value to outside. Okay, in the line first we are just going to declare a function. The second line we are taking the value from the user. In the third line we are going to calculate the perimeter of a square, and in the fourth one I am just returning a value. Fine, it's a function definition. In the sixth line it is just a I am just going to remove this line. Okay, there is no need of this one. Fine. In the seventh one, I'm just calling the function. my fun, and it's calling the function, and it take the value and store in the A, and returning the value of B, and that value of B will be stored in the value variable in the C1. Fine. And the line 8, I am just going to print the value of C, and C holds the value of the parameter of the square which is returning by my function. Okay, so just going to run it. Suppose it's asking a number and I have entered 12, enter, and it's showing the result 48. So it is the third type of the function in which we are not giving any argument, but we are getting the value using the return keyword. So basically the return keyword is used to return a value at that point where we are calling the function. This is the third type of the function. This is the last and the fourth type of the function, in which we pass the value when we call the function, and at the last of the function it returns a value to the outside the function. That means we are getting the value and also we are passing the arguments. Okay, just see it practical. This is the last type of the function in which we are getting the value using the arguments, and also we are returning the value. Okay, in which we are getting also and we are returning also. So just look at in the line 1, we declare the function and we are taking the argument parameter in B, and we are calculating the parameter of square in the line C, and in the fourth one we are returning the value of B. Fine. In the 8th line we are getting the value. This is the outside of the function. Okay, so we are just taking the value from the user and pass this value in my function my fun. Okay, then the control we go at the line 1 and it execute the whole function and returning the value B, and that value will return in the variable C. That means it will hold the data of B. Fine. And in the 10th one I am just going to print the value. Just look at the function once more. Okay, I am just going to run it. This is, it's asking about a number and I have entered the 25, then enter, result is 100. Okay, so this is the last one type of the function. Just revise them, and if you're having any problem then you can ask me anytime. Thank you.